Are you having some trouble finding good practice problems for Praxis Elementary Education Social Studies 5004, Economics, Scarcity, Opportunity Costs, Supply and Demand, Types of Economies, Trade, and Interdependence? Here at Study.com, we have put together some sample questions that I think you will find helpful. My name is Tom, and I'm a test prep expert here at Study.com and a certified teacher, and I will walk you through some of these practice problems. You may find it beneficial to pause the video and try these questions along with me. Okay, are you ready? Let's take a look at some questions. The shortage of toilet paper and cleaning products that occurred at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic is an example of A, supply-driven scarcity, B, demand-driven scarcity, C, structural scarcity, or D, absolute scarcity. All right, so what we were looking at during the COVID-19 with toilet paper was a high demand. Right, so the factories, there was nothing wrong with the factories that were making toilet paper. You know, they didn't have a strike at the factory or something happened at the factory where they couldn't make it. They just could not keep up with the high demand. So this would be an example of a shortage because of too high of a demand. So the correct answer here would be choice B. Which of the following people would be considered part of the civilian labor force? Is it A, an electrician who owns his own business, B, a retired school teacher, C, a four-star general in the Army, or D, a stay-at-home mother? All right, so let's eliminate some possibilities here. So a stay-at-home mother is out of the workforce. She's working at taking care of her family at home, so choice D is eliminated. Now, what we're looking at is not employed by the government. So a civilian labor force is not government. They do not work for the government. So a retired teacher used to work for the government, but they're retired now, so they're out of the workforce. Four-star general in the Army technically is a government job, so that's eliminated. So the correct answer here would be A, an electrician who owns his own business. A man is analyzing the features of a lawnmower. Price does not matter, and the man wants to make sure that he has an expensive lawnmower with various high-tech features that upholds his status within the community. The man's actions align with which concept? A, the Davis-Moore thesis, B, social conflict theories, C, aggregate consumption, or D, conspicuous consumption. All right, so this is definitely consumption because the man is going to buy a product. So I'm going to eliminate choices A and B. Now, aggregate consumption would be your total household consumption. So it could be your groceries, it could be your rent and things like that. So I'm going to eliminate that choice. And actually, the correct answer here is conspicuous consumption, and that is consumption based on trying to improve your social status or how you look to other people. So for example, it might be buying a fancy car or wearing fancy clothes and jewelry. In this case here, it's buying the most expensive lawnmower in the neighborhood. So the correct answer would be D. Price of cornstarch has recently risen from 43 cents to 52 cents per kilogram. How is this change in price likely to affect the total supply of cornstarch? Is it A, the supply will decrease in proportion to the price? Is it B, the supply will not be affected? Is it C, the supply will increase in proportion to the price? Or is it D, the supply will be halted due to lack of demand? All right, so price is one component that affects demand. What's happening here in this case, by the law of supply, when you increase the price of a product, the person that is making the product is motivated to make more of them because they're getting a higher profit. So the correct answer here is if the supply will increase in proportion to the price. So the correct answer is C. Okay, those were a small sample of Praxis Elementary Education Social Studies 5004, Economics, Scarcity, Opportunity, Cost, Supply and Demand, Types of Economies, Trade, and Interdependence questions. How do you think you would have done on the test? Let me know in the comments. For more practice, check out our Praxis Elementary Education Social Studies 5004 playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head over to Study.com. Check out our Praxis Test Prep course. Those who use Study.com boast a 92% pass rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice questions, and short, targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all the latest Praxis test updates, and please leave your questions and success stories in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Happy studying.